Hey Lincoln, I'm Owen. Welcome to my podcast, Team Laps.
This episode, we talked to Reiko Nita, a junior who runs long distance,
and Grayson Murph, a freshman who hurdles, throws, and sprints. This episode will cover 2 invitational meets and 1 regular league meet.
Hello, I am here with Reiko Nita, and we are here to talk about her track experience this year.
Hi.
So, Reiko, you recently competed at Jesuit Twilight Relays. For those who don't know, that's one of the premier meets in the country. And Reiko, I believe you got second in that race to another fellow teammate, Sam. Yeah, just walk us through that experience, what it was like to be on the big stage and go 1-2.
This is my second year competing at the Twilight Relays. Last year I didn't do an individual event, but this year I did the 3K. And that was my second time racing the 3K this season. And it was really fun because there's a lot of time for the race to change throughout those 7.5 laps. And I think my teammate and I, we stuck together and moved up, and we noticed how people were kind of falling back, and so we kind of just took the lead with a couple laps to go, and it was really exciting. A lot of people there to watch and cheer. It was a beautiful day outside.
And so that, there was a moment in the race where I think one of the girls really had a lead on you guys at one point.
Yeah, I think that was the middle of the race, or maybe with 3 laps to go.
Yeah.
And then they fell back, and then another girl with I think 500 to go. She really went out there, but Sam and I, we were able to catch her.
Yeah, so what's going through your head at that point? You're in a lot of pain, and you're with Sam in that race, and you see 2 different girls take a pretty substantial lead at 2 different points. How are you reacting to that? What's going through your mind? Is there anything going through your mind, or are you just reacting to that? Walk me through the process of that and how you guys how you achieved that.
I think I felt pretty relaxed during the race, and so I was confident that there would be a time that I would be able to push farther and eventually catch them. And I feel like I like to kick at the end, and so with that 500 to go, I didn't doubt that I was going to be able to at least get close to that front runner. But
I'm with Grayson.
Yo.
And he doesn't like to talk about himself, but what did you run, bro?
Ran the 110 meter hurdles, Mika. I had a little 2-second PR. It's pretty nice. We have Owen Desmond here joining us as well. Well, I feel like he deserves to be shouted out, as he also went pretty crazy this last week.
Bro is Owen is a crazy 400 meter guy. He just does the 400, the 4x4, and the 800, and those are all all out sprinting events. Great to see this freshman come up. What's up, Owen?
What's up?
I saw that in the discus, a little person called Grayson Murph got first overall and a big PR with 133 feet and 7 inches.
It was a pretty good throw. It was a pretty odd meet. The entire team was throwing wide
Left out the sector, or I think it was wide right actually. But I'm just trying to catch up to Brady Holland because, I think I can throw further than him in disc.
nowhere near him in shot. Kid's a beast. But
what number attempt was that one?
oh, it was like 2. I think I scratched all of them but that one. I think I threw further, but that was the only one that got marked. We have a freshman by the name of Gray Miller also coming up. He's got a little bit of injury right now, but on the first meet he ran a nice little 11.9. Been sick
The entire track season somehow. But he ran 11.9 in the first meet while sick, so I can't wait to see what he does when he's fully healthy.
Yeah, for sure. Grayson, I don't know if you saw, but Ellery Lincoln, the distance runner, popped in to the 200 meter, and I think, did she win that?
At the Cleveland meet?
Yeah.
I believe, she did win that.
That was insane. I mean, I just want to get your thoughts on that, Grayson.
I myself did not see that race. This is actually the first time hearing about it. What did she run it in?
I believe she ran 27.
27.
Bishop Murph, sneaky 4x4 time, little 56,
56, little nice little 45, 300 hurdle time. He's pushing for some sub 40s. He could, I know he can get there. He has a lot of hamstring issues at the moment, though, so we have to resolve those. And then he'll be in there.
And then, we're looking at, of course, the greatest shot putter of all time, Brady Holland. 49 feet to get a second overall, but it was a PR. I have a feeling he's going to make a huge difference in PIL districts this year, and probably even the state championship. What do you think, Grayson?
I personally agree. Literally, not many people know this, but like the next day at practice, he just like casually threw a little 51. I myself measured it out, just
Oh my God.
casually. You know, I think if he can get his flow in, he'll be throwing crazy numbers. I can't even predict.
Dude, like, someone asked me the other day, like, who's the strongest person on track? And I literally said, like, without a doubt, Brady Holland will probably, like, push press 200 or something
Brady
crazy.
Holland, we don't even have a trap bar big enough for him. We have to like put bands on it so we can keep all the points in the football ring. But Kira was doing. I've seen her be extremely relaxed in a 3K when they did the mixed relay, and I believe it was our first Lincoln meet against Wells and Clackamas. She was just like casually walking down some of the guys in the race. It was really great to see.
Yeah, that was a fun one to see. Especially, you know, at night. At any race at night just like hits different. Like, you know, you have the spotlights up and the track is pitch black and all you see is the people cheering you on and the floodlights shining on you. And you're just
what was also really impressive was we had 2 Lincoln teams in there, and over the course of a nearly 13-minute race, they managed to finish within a tenth of a second of each other. So that's incredible, just showing like how disciplined these Lincoln athletes are and how, you know, fast they can run, and they stayed with each other the whole time. It was really impressive to see.
And, you know, another thing to see DMR-wise, one of the best soccer players coming out of the Lincoln program, of course, Detman finds a way to get some soccer players to do some distance stuff, Owen. Kennedy Fletcher in the 400, 101 for second overall. But to see a 101 from Kennedy, especially just, you know, kind of like messing around with track, you know, just starting it out, that was really, like, awesome to see that she's going to have a great effect on this team just coming in from soccer. And once again, the soccer kids always have that running talent for some reason. And, you know, that's great.
Yeah. Over in the jumps, I saw Caden. He's now the best jumper on the team. He jumped 19 feet and 4 inches. He PR'd by over a foot, which is really good for him. He got 5th overall at the meet, so 5th in the district. That's pretty good.
Detman really does like to get people from other sports. The football team has really been showing up this year. You know, we had Arrow Brotherton go 54-3, I believe, in the 400, and I know he has a lot more as he's split like 52s in a 4x4. As Mika said, it's a big difference from open to relay.
Yeah.
Also seen Abe Blackman go 11.78, Emmett going 11.5. Just a lot of crazy numbers getting put up by the football team. Stanley Galton showing up running 12.1. Emerson Kisser, one of the top javelin throwers in the state right now, as well as Hildy, another one of our top throwers. We got
Malika Brotherson. She threw 29 feet and 3 inches for a PR, 4th overall at the meet. In the discus, Malika threw 66 feet for another PR, got 5th overall. Emerson Pitzer threw 99 feet, 4th overall, another PR. And then
we have Peter James, a freshman, going crazy, qualified for Oregon relays off like the first meet.
Yeah, he ran 208, 800 meter at this meet, so it's pretty good.
Qualified in the 3K with like a 924, I think it was.
Yeah.
Crazy fast.
That was in the same 3K with Kira.
Oh yeah, Kira popped off in that one as well.
Yeah, Connor, he ran a pretty good 1200 leg to start off the DMR. Solid 3 minutes and 23 seconds. So it's pretty good. Don't see a 1200 much, so he did a really good job running a race that he never runs.
And if you had one girl and one guy on the team that you think don't get like enough credit on track, it doesn't have to be distance, but that you feel like should be highlighted more, not just on like their time, but also how they show up every day, how they carry themselves. Who do you think really stands out to you?
I think that this season especially, Izzy Eggleston has been dealing with a lot of shin injuries, and I know what that's like from my freshman and sophomore year, and I think that her commitment to like still showing up every day and still cross-training and trying to compete as much as she can is really important and inspiring. And then I guess on the guys' side, I gotta say, I think Jackson Chaddock, when we do our workouts on the track, like the boys will pass our group and he always says like good work, and so does everybody else, but I just think I've gotten to know him a little bit better this year, and he's just very positive, and I see him in his races really taking a risk and leading the rest of his teammates, so I think that's awesome.
Okay, Reiko, what is your favorite event in track and field to watch and to compete in?
I would say my favorite event to watch is probably the 4x4. I mean, it's really exciting. It's at the end of the meet, and everybody's cheering really loudly. And then my favorite event to run, I'd say the 1500. It goes by pretty quick, but it's still like a distance event, so there's that. It's not as long as the 3K, but it's not as painful as the 800. So.
Yeah, I personally disagree with the 1500 because the fact that it's so quick is like every time it's over, it's like, wow, I could have literally just ran all out that second to last lap. That's my take on that one.
I guess I felt that before too, but
4x4 makes sense just because of the, when we do the wall at the end, it's really fun to like hear everyone like cheering for you and then cheering for them. And 400 is pretty easy on the distance side in comparison. It's not hard when you're producing a lot of force in the ground. You're running like something like a 52, but when you're a distance runner and you're chilling, it's like, oh, this is nice. This is a change of pace. Got anything to say, Owen?
Yeah, I'd say my only problem with the 4x4 is it can get a little like spaced out. Like, it's a mile-long race.
That's true.
Sometimes you get a good exciting end, but sometimes it's just one team wins by a lot.
Yeah, I guess it kind of depends. Districts will be fun.
Michael, what would you say your favorite event is?
But I would say, other than that, favorite event to watch would probably be the 800, because what's so crazy about the 800 is like it can just change up so quickly, and it's also like it's like the perfect amount of like running really really fast, and then also like you see everyone slow down at like the last 200 meters, and it's kind of crazy to see everyone like grind that out, and it's very interesting to see like how people choose their race plans.
Actually, yeah, I think I agree with that. I take the 4x4 back. I think 800 is really fun because everyone goes out really fast, and then
Dies.
You can see who is a bit too confident at the start, but it's cool.
To compete in, I don't know. I guess I would say 1500. I'm not the biggest fan of the 1500 because again, 5K on the track is taken, but again, it's like what Reiko said about the 1500 is like after like you hit that first 300, it's like, oh, it's basically 2 laps to go and then it's lap to go, because like the last lap is free, but those middle 2 are a bit of a grind. But like after you do 1 3/4, you're like, oh, this is just like the last lap that's hard, and then I just have to finish.
Yeah, I like that too. I like watching the 800 because it's long enough that it's exciting. Like with the 100, it's hard because if you fall behind in the 100, you're not going to catch up. But the 800, you have time to catch up and stuff.
So Grayson, what's your practicing looking like? What does an average day of Grayson Murph look like when we're training?
Usually, as a decathlete, it differs from day to day. On a usual Monday like yesterday, I would do sprints as I did. On a Tuesday like today, it's a hurdle workout and maybe long jump if I have some time. But I don't really go to long jump practice that often. What does practice look like for you, Micah?
It's mainly running. Some days are easy, some days are hard, some days it's just about getting the mileage in, and that usually refers to about 5 or 6 miles for me right now. And then maybe on a harder day, it'll be like a tempo run, which is more of a moderate pace for a longer period of time, or hill sprints, 200-meter repeats at like mile pace. That's usually the kind of stuff we're doing. Cool. And I was gonna ask you about how now you're going to be ASB president, and how are you gonna think to balance the responsibilities of that and the responsibilities of being on the team? Is that something that you're going to have to balance, or are they one and the same thing because it's a similar role on the team that you have, being a leader, having responsibilities like that? Walk us through what you think that process will be next year.
I mean, I think that they're pretty similar, being a senior runner on the team next year and then also being the ASB president. I think they're just both leadership opportunities, and I've had experience in student leadership before, and I think that getting to know people, getting to hopefully help people find their place, I don't know, I think they'll be pretty similar.
All right, so we are coming up on the district meet next week. So what are you competing in? What are you looking to achieve?
So I am competing in the 3K on Monday and then the 1500 on Wednesday. And they're both final events. There's no qualifier. So I'm just really looking to PR to just, last PIL meet of the season. So last chance to get in a really big PR. And I just want to run with my teammates, for my teammates, so we can push each other to be the best.
Thanks for listening to Team Laps. A special thanks to Grayson and Elise for letting us talk to them.